Today we shall cover the Global Talent Visa and also I'll share real life success stories. So Global Talent Visa is a two-steps process. One applicant must first apply for an endorsement and then they must apply for an entry clearance to the UK. Before we dwell into today's topic, a quick intro. I am Yash Dubal, Managing Director at AY Indus Listers. We are an SRA regulated legal 500 firm with over a decade in UK immigration, winning multiple awards, serving 4,000 plus clients and having 1,200 positive reviews. We are here to help you. So agenda 1 is, what is the Global Talent Visa? The Global Talent Visa is available to talented and promising individuals aged 18 or above in various fields to enable them to access and exceed their talent in the UK. So you can apply for a Global Talent Visa to work in the UK if you are a leader or a potential leader in one of the following fields, which is academia or research, arts and culture, or digital technology. You can normally apply for a Global Talent Visa if you have successfully applied for an endorsement to prove that you are a leader or a potential leader. You can apply for the visa without an endorsement if you have won an eligible award. With a Global Talent Visa, you can choose how long your visa is for up to 5 years and be an employee, self-employed, or a director of a company. This visa also grants you the benefits of having the freedom in being able to change or stop doing your job without the requirement to inform the Home Office. You can also bring your partner or children with you as your dependents if they are eligible. There are no language or minimum salary eligibility requirements. If you want to stay longer in the UK, you can choose to renew your visa as many times as you like if you meet the eligibility criteria for extending your stay. You may also have the chance to apply for settlement, permanent residency in the UK if you have lived in the UK for 3 years and meet the eligibility criteria. Anytime you spend outside the UK doing research counts towards this time. You need to apply for an endorsement to prove you are a leader or a potential leader in your field. The Home Office will send your application to be reviewed by a UK organization called an endorsing body with expertise in your field. How you apply depends on whether you have eligible job offer as an academic or researcher, have an individual fellowship, have a research grant that is approved by the UK Research and Innovation UKRI, or are getting your application peer reviewed. Other applications under GTV, Global Talent Visa, include having an endorsement from the relevant endorsing body under the niche that you are applying. For example, Arts Council England or its associated bodies such as Tech Nation. When you apply, you will need to provide a valid passport or other document that shows your identity and nationality. If applicable, your tuberculosis test results if you are from a country where you have to take the TB test. If you have had an award or scholarship to study in the UK in the last year, you will also need a written permission to apply from the agency or government that granted that award and scholarship. If you have won an eligible award, the Home Office will look at publicly available information such as the award organization's website to confirm that you have won the award. You will only be asked for evidence if they cannot find this information. So how about if I share a success story? The name has been changed. We'll call the person Miss Sunita. Sunita first instructed when she came to us inquiring about the Global Talent Visa by means of booking a consultation with one of our immigration associate. We had then informed her that we could assist her in applying for this visa once she was ready. We could proceed with the endorsement and the application for herself. With our professional expertise, guidance and assistance, we were able to confirm supporting documentation that Sunita should provide to enable her to apply for a successful endorsement within her industry, that was the arts and council, for her application. These documents acted as a portfolio of her recognized and accomplished work and evidence of her unique experience and qualifications. This included documents such as the series of recommendation letters and artistic CV, up to 10 pieces of evidence to meet the media recognition and proof of appearance and application checklist. This was then referred for endorsement to the Art Council. We provided her with the right template documentation and advised her on the best way to present this required evidence. We provided advice on the documentation Sunita provided as well as recommended amendments to the documentation which would further assist Sunita's endorsement application. We then reviewed the documentation one last time and assisted Sunita in drafting, finalizing and submitting her endorsement application. We then submitted the supporting documentation as evidence alongside the application for endorsement for Sunita. Upon receiving confirmation that the endorsement application was successful, we assisted Sunita in preparing to submit her visa application to enter the UK. We acted swiftly and prepared the necessary documentation prior, so Sunita was ready to submit the visa application. We assisted Sunita submitting the application, booking her biometric appointment and also submitting her documentation to the Home Office. We also prepared a legal representation in the form of a detailed cover letter to further advance the prospect of success for Sunita's application. With less than a week, Sunita was granted her Global Talent Visa and obtained leave to reside in the UK for 5 years. We are very happy with the results we had managed to get for Sunita, both stages of the application, endorsement and visa application, and we managed to attain success in a very short period for Sunita. Now let's talk about another example of a client named Alex. We had been instructed by Alex to assist with the Global Talent Visa extension application. He was already in the UK on a Global Talent Visa and his expiry date was fast approaching. Prevailing issue that kept arising, however, was that Alex had back and forth travel in and out of the UK for his work related to his global talent, and we had to navigate the submission of this application around those circumstances. So our first advice was to ensure Alex had the proper documentation available to submit with his extension application in the technology industry to achieve a higher prospect for success. We had then confirmed with Alex the right documentation to have prepped and ready, as well as recommended any amendments and alternate documentation that we could submit further to support his application. This included submitting a supporting statement, a series of recommendation letters and a mentoring letter to ensure maximum success. We assisted Alex in preparing and finalizing his application for submission. We also finalized all supporting documentation and drafted a legal representation to further support Alex's application to extend his Global Talent Visa. We assisted Alex in submitting the application documentation to the Home Office as well as booking him for his biometric appointment. Once Alex had attended his biometric appointment, he was approved within less than 24 hours and was given an extension regarding his Global Talent Visa for an additional 3 years. Despite the unique travel situation as well as the complexity regarding submitting an application and documentation for Global Talent Visa extension, we managed to attain a swift approval for Alex. And now let's talk about another application of Anika. Anika came to AYG solicitors applying for Global Talent Visa. She had previously set up a digital consulting department of one of the big four accountancy firm and then headhunted by an investment bank to create and execute digital strategy and transformation, and he was just mainly focused on digital transformation for an investment venture capital fund. Although Anika had a track record of innovation, she was struggling with putting the correct documents together to demonstrate this. Fortunately, we had significant expertise and experience in advising clients with similar problems, and therefore we were able to assist Anika preparing the right documentation for her successful Global Talent Visa endorsement application. Once the documentation had been acquired, we assisted Anika in submitting her endorsement application as well as all supporting documentation and legal representation to further support her application. The result was Anika was endorsed for her visa. We then proceeded with the stage 2, which is an entrepreneur's application. In similar fashion, we assisted preparing documentation as well as submitting a form to the Home Office. So with our help, again, Anika received the endorsement and the visa despite the documentation challenges she was facing. We were able to offer her the right guidance, provide the right advice and help getting successful Global Talent Visa. So in today's video, what we have covered is the basis of Global Talent Visa and some real life success stories to inspire you and motivate you to apply for your application. I hope this experience share might help you. Do you need help? If yes, contact us on this number which is on your screen or fill a short inquiry form which is in the description section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell button for more content on life in the UK test.